The top 6 potent minerals to prevent leg weakness in the elderly as we get older. We frequent lip reads protecting our hearts, brains, and bones. However, what about our legs? Silent supporters keep us going. Decades of progress, but they're frequently ignored until weakness or suffering demands a focus on the health of older adults. Legs are more than just comfortable. They regarding quality, freedom, and balance issues pertaining to the legs in elderly people are surprisingly prevalent and profoundly affecting age-related muscle. Feet are weakened by loss, sarcopenia, and legs that make each stride a little more difficult than cartilage in stiff joints. And prolonged inflammation limits one's mobility and raises the chance of falls. And impairments in function and circulation can result into numbness, non-healing wounds, and even serious issues in those who have a diabetes. But nutrition is excellent news. Has the ability to heal and protect legs health. Although the majority of discussions regarding nutrients emphasize minerals and vitamins, there is a calcium, vitamin D, and magnesium potent non-vitamin group substances that are not minerals and that directly support the structure and strength of the legs and function. Before we begin, I would really like you to find out where you're coming from today. Please feel free to leave a comment below. To inquire about anything you want. And don't forget to follow our channel for more evidence-based advice on aging well. Your legs will appreciate it. Let's first discuss protein as we become older. Of the first indications of aging frequently shows up in the legs as they climb. It feels harder to walk lengthy distances on stairs. Distances grow exhausting, and just getting out of a chair could take more and more work than previously. These small changes are frequently the initial hints of progressive loss of muscle in sarcopenia, strength, and bulk that influences up to among adults over 60. 1/3 is physical deterioration unavoidable, or can we assume command of it more precisely? Known vitamin aids in maintaining the legs' vigor and strength. As winded age is a factor, and that nutrition protein isn't only used for athletes or bodybuilders. For senior citizens, adults, it's an essential part of healthy aging, particularly in relation to the function of our legs. Our muscles are composed over time, and as we become older, we lose adept at utilizing it to fix and rebuild. This occurrence is referred to as body's anabolic resistance. Indicates needs additional premium protein to cause the same muscle growth response, which was earlier accomplished with ease. This is when protein justifies its status as a tremendous powerhouse that offers the unprocessed substance that preserves lean muscular mass. It is essential for strong legs, mobility, and balance, but perhaps more, it's amazing how one specific amino, leucine, an acid, functions as a biological switch. Abundant in foods such as dairy, leucine in lean meats and eggs triggers an important development route in the body known as mTOR is clearly signaling to begin gaining muscle without ever receiving that signal. A meal high in protein might not entirely rely on encourage the upkeep of muscles that aging legs require. So what if insufficient intake may cause a gradual decrease? However, its effects are significantly diminished. Legs raised, fall risk decreased mobility, a slower rate of injury healing, and a greater chance of losing self-reliance, even while eating adequate calories. But insufficient protein conquers the breakdown of muscle softly swapped out, not by power but by exhaustion. Thankfully, this is an issue we can actively respond to. Recent studies simply that senior citizens should strive toward for more protein than before suggested between 1.2 and 1.5 grams daily. Body weight in kilogram and throughout the day. Disperse it equally instead to get over anabolic resistance. Imagine preserving protein for dinner. Supplying your legs with the necessities at all meal, particularly at lunch and breakfast. When a lot of seniors tend to cut corners, protein sources are also important. Leucine proteins such as fish and whey, eggs, Greek yogurt, and chicken are particularly efficient, whereas plant-based alternatives such as quinoa and tofu lentils can also contribute when appropriately paired for people who chew less or have less hunger challenges. With protein powders and smoothies provide a practical concentrated potion. Most individuals hear the term omega-3 fat, they don't consider getting better or strength. They come up with a way to avoid, however. What if one specific kind of fat had the exact opposite effect? It might help relieve sore joints, your legs' blood flow, and even provide protection. The sensitive nerves that enable each stride toe, perhaps that's precisely what omega-3 fatty acids have a reputation for power, is particularly important for leg discomfort. Swelling and stiffness are frequent grievances from senior citizens, and they frequently have a connection to low-grade chronic weather. It's arthritis or inflammation in sore ankles or hurting calves in the knees. Inflammation is frequently the unseen cause of deteriorating leg comfort and mobility. Here's where omega-3 fatty acids come in, not as a temporary solution, but as a natural long-term ally that reduces inflammation. Unlike over-the-counter drugs that prevent omega-3 fatty acids for short-term pain relief, work internally to gradually downregulate inflammatory reaction of the body at THEPA, with icosapentaenic acid at the cellular level. To most common ones are DHA, deoxyribonucleic acid, and fish contain active forms of omega-3 fatty acids. Oil has an impact on the manufacturing of phycosanoids, which are signaling chemicals, as well as resonance, which aid in the resolution of instead of causing inflammation. They're salt in joints that have greater mobility with reduced leg stiffness, and edema that are less burdened by long-term discomfort. But omega-3 South magic does not end with inflammation. As we become older, naturally occurring circulation to the lower limbs diminishes. The little capillaries which supply our legs with nutrients and oxygen, and feet lose their effectiveness, contribute to the gradual cramping of chilly feet. Wound recovery and even more severe problems in diabetics or omega-3 fatty acids aid in peripheral artery disease through enhancing endothelial function. The condition of your inner lining blood vessels, which they promote vasodility and maintains the flow of blood fluidly, and avoiding clots, which indicates increased oxygen and nutrition. Reaches the muscles, nerves, and skin of your legs. Improved circulation is more than just a feeling positive. It creates the foundation for more robust legs more quickly and with less chance of complexities. In addition to the compelling proof that omega-3 fatty acids may contribute to the protection of nerve health, especially for individuals who are coping with leg tingling, burning, or numbness, typical signs of peripheral neuropathy, the reduction of oxidative stress, and encouraging the regeneration of nerve cells. Omega-3 fatty acids may help maintain feeling and diminish lower limb discomfort. This is particularly important for elderly individuals with vascular problems or diabetes, where sensory loss may result in undetected wounds or infections. Where can I find this amazing fat? Cold water fatty sources are the best. Fish such as sardines, salmon, mackerel, and EPA and DHA-rich anchovies. For those people don't frequently consume pure fish, supplemental fish oil or algae oil. A vegan diet can offer useful options, although the optimal dosage varies. Numerous research based on individual need support between 1,000 and 2,000 milligrams after an EPA daily for cardiovascular and anti-inflammatory. The collagen benefits you might not notice, but beneath each powerful stride is a stable ankle and a flexible knee. Collagen's hidden framework weaves through the cushions in your tendons, provides your ligaments with their spring that firmly binds your legs together. Actually, though, as the years go by, thistleantly, the structural matrix erodes you and your knees begin to hurt. Don't your legs lose that ability to bend as easily? Feeling of steadiness and resilience they own. So, the question is it possible to rebuild? How much time has passed after collagen was removed? Genuinely repair our aged systems integrity. The response is encouraging, and it begins with the peptides of collagenous, the protein that is most prevalent in the human body, serving as the framework for connective tissue. But if you're beyond 30, your body starts to make less collagen annually. By the time you reach your decrease, that is noticeable in the 60s or 70s. Each groaning knee and overextend in torn, as opposed to muscle mass that can occasionally be clearly recovered using loss of protein. Collagen after exercise it takes longer to manifest, but not any less. This is where collagen peptides come in. Step in. In contrast to regular dietary collagen peptides are hydrolyzed and broken down into short strands of amino acids that are readily taken up by the bloodstream. Once there, they don't simply vanish, they proceed to the connective tissues, and joints, tissues in which they function as messengers, promoting the production of collagen in your body production in clinical research. Individuals who used collagen peptides on a daily basis felt better and less joint pain, flexibility, and even better bone over time. Mineral density means more or stronger ankles, sturdy knees, and a reduced chance of soft tissue damage that may require months to recover in elderly adults. But collagen's function extends beyond about movement, not strength. When collagen-rich tissues are maintaining your legs makes them move more. The knee moves fluidly without flexing the Achilles tendon while grinding when the plantar fascia is not. Inflammatory substantial ring that runs from your heel to ovary step is supported by your toes without strain. These little yet important details, because leg function depends on wholesome ejecta of collagen, still collagen doesn't function. Alone to be genuine light depends on important coactors to be effective, particularly vitamin C, which functions as a switch for the manufacture of collagen. Without it, collagen cannot be produced or rebuilt by your body efficiently, regardless of how much you ingest, which explains why many superior supplemental collagen contains additional vitamin C, or suggest taking iron addition to bell peppers or citrus fruits every day. Timing and consistency are also important. Taking supplements for 8 to 12 weeks is where the majority of the therapeutic advantages. Error regarding the sources. Collagen peptides are often descended from bovine cows. Collagen from porcini, pigs, or marine fish. Necessary amino acids are present in all such as hydroxyproline, proline, and glycinethins. Your body must repair. Marine collagen is a type of connective tissue, frequently commended for its outstanding gapstotin. Even though cows continue to be the most prosperous in terms of joint for bone support, there are 4 types of creatine, a method for regaining that deep cellular energy that powers powerful, able legs, particularly in aged bodies. Nth vitamin creatine is frequently linted incorrectly as a bodybuilder supplement, but it's becoming more accepted as a catalyst for aging well. At its core, creatine is a naturally occurring substance kept in your muscles, where it operates as a quick-acting energy hold-off each time you stand, climb, or lift, particularly when the motion is so quickly or forcefully do your muscles contract. Creatine to replenish the molecule of app that drives the contraction of muscles. It's similar tuning a leg generator as a backup. However, as we get older, our natural creatine stores, as well as our capacity to produce energy quickly and efficiently when moving. The legs that walking less fatigued, more readable speed, as well as a modest but harmful degradation of confidence and equilibrium. But here's the amazing component: creatine is among the most researched and successful supplements to reverse the effects of aging muscular deterioration. When paired with even small creatine resistance training has been demonstrated to improve lower body strength, functional performance, and muscle mass in senior citizens. In meta-analysis show consumed creatine while participating in frequent exercise greatly enhanced the rise time of their walking speed, chair, and leg strength, in contrast to those who didn't. Additionally, even in sedentary or it seems that frail, creatine helps maintain muscle, providing the legs with a starting point of strength even without rigorous exercise. However, the advantages of creatine extend beyond muscle. Recent studies indicate that it might possibly maintain bone density, probably as a result of the muscles' increased force on bones when reinforced. This is especially evident to the legs that support their body weight and are quite susceptible. Stronger muscles to prevent fractures from false indicates stronger bones, and creatine is beneficial. Power both. In contrast to other nutrients, take months to exhibit minor adjustments. The effects of creatine are frequently apparent. Users claim improvements within weeks. Improved stability and energy during walks as you get out of a chair, and a general feeling of the leg's renewed capacity. How do you interpret it? Then, the most typical creatine monohydrate is a thoroughly investigated and reasonably priced alternative. A daily dosage of 3 to 5 grams is usually safe and efficient for senior citizens. Phases of loading are not required, nor simply cycling consistency. allows for mixing prinkled to a smoothie or dissolved in water, preferably consumed with food. For infrared, what about adverse effects and absorption? Numerous studies have been conducted on creatine, and when taken in the right amounts, it is regarded as extremely safe even for elderly patients. Slight water retention could happen first, but it usually goes away swiftly. Crucially, worries regarding granule function in healthy people have mostly been refuted in clinic. Alpha. Our 5-glucosamine trials isn't ostentatious. It's not a superfood trend or a substance that boosts performance, but for it has silently endured for decades as one of the nutrients for joints that have been studied the most. Health, especially when considering the gradual disintegration of osteoarthritis, which impacts millions. Of what makes glucosamine in older folks what's unique is that it's not merely a pain reliever, it's a component of a structural element of the molecules that create joint fluid in cartilage and consider connective tissue to be raw substance for joint restoration as we get older. Therapies capacity to preserve and decreases in cartilage regeneration, inflammation on the surfaces of shrinking joints, discomfort and stiffness, particularly in feathy legs, weight-bearing joints, particularly the knees, take the brunt of it. Glucosamine helps maintain the body's normal formation of cartilage while also assisting preserve the viscous, thick fluid that feeds and lubricates joints from within. A number of lengthy studies, as those examined in the Cochrane meta-analysis studies, glucosamine, especially in fight, has been demonstrated that sulfate form reduces joint discomfort and delay the development of loss of cartilage, particularly in the knee. The majority of these research concentrate on concepts only apply to the knee joint, proportionately to the smaller joints within the foot and ankles where cartilage loss can be equally crippling. But maybe the most overlooked feature of glucosamine is what stabilizes it. Unlike temporary solutions that cover off pain, glucosamine offers structural assistance. It gradually strengthens the internal joint scaffolding over time, as frequently report small but significant tensions that make breaking less difficult, bending with more fluidity, and increase self-assurance when performing everyday activities like climbing stairs or uneven terrain. Additionally, glucosamine complements another type of cartilage that supports molecule, and collectively they have demonstrated slow but steady advancements in joint comfort and mobility. However, glucosamine by itself is still useful, particularly when taken prior to joint damage, progresses and burns slowly. Remedy, not a panacea, but for slow and steady wins the race for aging legs. Therefore, how should the standard be interpreted? Glucosamine sulfate dose is 1,500 milligrams daily, usually divided into 2 or 3 lesser dosages with meals, for 8 weeks before any discernible advantage, which is why it's important to be consistent, although most people tolerate it well. Those who are allergic to shellfish should exercise caution, because certain supplements are based on the exoskeletons of shellfish, despite the fact that many synthetic or plant-based there are now 6 curcumin variations available. Used for a long time in conventional medicine approaches such as Chinese medicine and Ayurveda. Kirk herbalism has garnered international in recent years for its strong anti-inflammatory and antioxidant qualities. However, this isn't any folklore but contemporary science has confirmed the effects of curcumin in hundreds of research, many of which concentrate on its part in long-term joint and muscular circumstances. Curcumin, in particular, has demonstrated potential in handling tendinitis, osteoarthritis, and inflammatory discomfort, all of which frequently impact the lower limbs and legs. How does it operate at the older adults? Curcumin, at the cellular level, disrupts the cascade of inflammation by blocking important COX-2 and 5 locks are examples of enzymes that seek knolling substances such as TNF-alpha and interleukins that contribute to discomfort and edema, in contrast to traditional NSAIDs, which frequently have adverse effects on the gastrointestinal tract. Curcumin is softer when it comes to long-term dangers that affect the body, particularly when ingested. Clinical studies optimal formats have even demonstrated curcumin's effectiveness ibuprofen in easing discomfort in the joints and stiffness in arthritic individuals with a markedly improved level of safe type profile. This indicates less for aging legs. Knee swelling eased the strain in overworked tendons and greater ease during movement. It is especially helpful in ailments such as plantar fasciitis, where inflammation within the thick tissue band produces heel pain along the bottom of the foot. Every step is painful due to a condition notoriously tough to manage. Curcumin's capacity to control discomfort and hasten tissue healing, which makes it one among the rare substances found in nature that do not only lessen symptoms, but could also be beneficial with the root problems and go beyond. Curcumin's joints and tendons. The benefits of antioxidants provide more preserving aging nerves and muscles constantly stressed out by free radicals unstable compounds that cause tissue damage. Curcumin gradually eliminates these radicals that might help maintain muscle integrity as well as supporting nerve health, which is essential for avoiding neuropathic pain or numbness in the legs, particularly in those who have diabetes or circulation issues. Naturally, one of the long-standing issues with curcumin have a bioavailability in its unprocessed state is poorly absorbed by the circulation. Thankfully, contemporary formulations have resolved these improved versions, including black pepper with piperini and curcumin extract. Curcumin phytosomal or none of these days. Curcumin is widely accessible and much more efficient with them developments. In the entire therapeutic, curcumin's potential is finally readily available. A typical dosage for joint and range of inflammatory support is 500 to 1000 milligrams of curcumin. That has been standard as extract daily based on personal requirements may differ, but most people take it consistently. Start to observe changes in 4 to 6 weeks, not a panacea, but a consistent move in the direction of comfort and independence. In conclusion, on our trip, we've examined 6 potent nutrients apiece, playing a special, scientifically supported role in promoting the health of the legs. Proteinist basis for maintaining and increasing muscle mass aids in the restoration of resilience that aging inherently attempts to eliminate. The struggle against omega-3 fatty acids, persistent inflammation that becomes rigid, decreases circulation and damages our joints, permitting unrestricted blood flow, and legs. Collagen peptides help people move less painfully, strengthen the ligaments, tendons and cartilage, which provides our legs their enhancing stability and structure creation for joint ease, and mobility. Muscle energy system is rekindled, supplying fresh strength to every step, and stamina are particularly crucial for avoiding falls and keeping. Glucosamine's independence helps the cartilage preservation and repair in every action is cushioned by our joints, and maintaining adaptability as the years go by. Curcumin also offers natural relief from chronic pain and inflammation, providing a mild yet efficient method to when facing the face. Maintain your legs moving freely. Of long-term illnesses there. Cooperation to complementary benefits when combined yields long-lasting outcomes where one sustains muscle and nourishes the joint tissue in which inflammation is decreased naturally. Another encourages healing. Before beginning, each person is unique. Any new supplement should be reviewed with your physician, particularly if you already ailments or use a prescription prescribing drugs. Individualized advice guarantees that these nutrients will benefit you securely and successfully. The path to better legs don't start with injections during surgery or waiting for things to worsen. It starts with diet. With wise decisions made gradual time, you now own the information, youth, science, and above all, you possess the ability to act. Thus feed your legs what they really require and allow they make you stronger than ever. If this video was useful to you, please don't forget to click the like button. It truly enables us to provide you with more useful stuff. Please leave a remark below and share your ideas and questions with us. Or the subject you want us to discuss next. Of course, we love hearing from you. Click the subscribe button to activate alerts to ensure you don't miss anything on our most recent health advice and observations. Keep yourself informed and healthy, and we'll talk later. You in the upcoming video.